At 74, Margaret found herself wide awake at 2 a.m., watching the ceiling fan spin shadows across her bedroom walls. Sleep had become unpredictable, like a distant friend she couldn't quite reach. Some nights, she was tired by 8 p.m., but forced herself to stay up. Other nights, she waited for sleep to come, and it simply didn't. Her days began sluggish, her memory felt foggy, and her joints ached more than usual. She started to wonder, was this just aging, or was she doing something wrong? Her daughter, Julia, finally persuaded her to see Dr. Bennett, a physician specializing in geriatric wellness. During the appointment, Margaret sheepishly confessed, I feel like I'm never sleeping at the right time anymore. I nap sometimes during the day, but I'm still tired when I wake up. Dr. Bennett nodded. That's more common than you think, he said. But there is a sweet spot for sleep in your 70s and beyond. Getting the timing right can change everything. He explained that the body's internal clock, its circadian rhythm, changes as people age. In youth, the rhythm is tuned to a later schedule. But after 60, and especially after 70, this clock naturally shifts earlier. That's why many older adults start feeling sleepy sooner in the evening and wake up earlier in the morning. For most people in their 70s or 80s, the healthiest time to go to bed is between 8:30 and 9:30 p.m., Dr. Bennett said. That gives your body the best chance to align with its new rhythm. Margaret blinked. That early? Yes, he said. You're not fighting your biology. You're working with it. He explained that when seniors try to stick to the later bedtime habits they kept in middle age, going to sleep at 11 p.m. or midnight, they end up missing their natural sleep gate, the ideal window when melatonin production is high and sleep comes most easily. Missing that window can lead to fragmented sleep, long periods of wakefulness in the night, and early morning fatigue. Margaret nodded, listening closely. So going to bed earlier could actually help me stay asleep longer? Exactly, Dr. Bennett replied. Think of your body like a radio that's a bit out of tune. If you adjust the dial just a little, you can catch the signal clearly again. He also emphasized that the quality of sleep is just as important as the quantity. People over 70 often need slightly less sleep than they did in their younger years, usually around 6.5 to 7.5 hours. But that sleep needs to be restorative. Shifting bedtime earlier helps ensure that the deepest phases of sleep occur before 2 a.m., when the brain performs vital functions like memory consolidation and cellular repair. Doctor, Bennett gave her a few suggestions. Dim the lights after dinner to encourage melatonin production. Avoid screens and bright light in the hour before bed. And most importantly, keep her bedtime consistent, even on weekends. But what if I'm not tired at 9? Margaret asked. Still go to bed. Read a book. Listen to calm music. You're training your body, and with time, it will learn. Margaret decided to give it a try. That night, she brushed her teeth at 8:30, slipped into her nightgown, and turned off the lights by 9:15. It felt strange, almost like she was back in childhood with a set bedtime. She lay awake for a little while, but sleep came more easily than she expected. By 5:30 the next morning, she was up, rested, alert, and surprisingly cheerful. Within 2 weeks, a rhythm settled into place. She no longer felt the need for a daytime nap. Her mood improved, her thinking felt clearer, and her joint pain lessened. She noticed her appetite returning at proper meal times, and she began taking short morning walks before breakfast. At her next appointment, she told Dr. Bennett, "It's like I got 10 years back just by going to bed earlier." He smiled. The right bedtime can do that. Sleep heals, especially when it's in harmony with your age and your body. Not everyone found it easy. Her friend Walter, 77, insisted that going to bed before 11 p.m. was for toddlers. But after hearing about Margaret's improvements, he reluctantly agreed to try it for a week. By day 4, he was bragging about how he no longer needed coffee to stay awake after lunch. Margaret learned that staying in sync with her body was the simplest path to better health. Her aches were less severe, her digestion improved, her energy returned. And all of it came from one small shift: going to bed earlier. She didn't always fall asleep right away, but the routine, the structure, became a comfort. Her evenings were no longer restless countdowns to midnight. They were calm transitions into restorative sleep. She still had her sleepless nights from time to time, especially during full moons or storms. But those became exceptions, not the rule. For Margaret and for many in her age group, the healthiest bedtime wasn't just about sleep. It was about respecting her body's natural rhythm. It was about letting go of old habits and embracing a new pace of life. And every night, as she settled into bed around 9 p.m., she no longer felt like she was losing out on anything. She felt like she was finally giving herself what she needed: peace, rest, and the healing power of sleep, right on time.